All right, let me go ahead and deal with this because I keep getting messages and emails about this crap. Evidently, there was a video on O'Shea's, a panel on O'Shea's channel with Super Sly 75. And the issue was two things. But actually, three things. Okay, he was talking about the EBMs, escaped black men, the guys that were getting passports and going to other countries and experiencing a different lifestyle and different women. Whether they're dating, whether they're looking to find love or just tricking. They're looking to find a different experience. And now I know a lot of times, like the guys that are into promoting travel and promoting black men get their passports and go overseas and experience a different group of cultures, have kind of pushed the envelope or pushed the agenda. Maybe they pushed it a little too hard. And which is probably why they're getting some of this backlash. Like, just because you do it and that's what you enjoy and that's what you want to have doesn't mean that the rest of the dudes that aren't doing it and maybe not even interested in doing it are lesser. And this is the issue. So I can understand why other groups of men will actually do pushback on what you guys are saying. Because if you're trying to prop yourself up as a better person or a better group of men over these other guys, then yeah, you're going to have some people actually coming after your head. But that being said, trying to shame men for doing that, for enjoying themselves, or trying to find their happiness, no matter where it is. I don't care if it's in Antarctica and they screwing Eskimo bitches. Okay? If that's what makes them happy, that's what makes them happy. And if they have the money and wherewithal to do it, and that's the way they want to live their lifestyle, that's the way they live their lifestyle. I have no issue with it. And I fully support it. And the main people that are against these black men doing so, because normally the dudes can do so, are high value men, because poor dudes can't afford to travel. Poor dudes cannot afford to spend 3 weeks or a month in Brazil or Colombia or wherever. They gotta, they can barely eat. So they can't do that. So the women are actually upset about losing high value men, basically the resources of the high value men going to other places. And for dudes to actually speak on it is basically a feminine agenda. This is blue pill shit. And to call them incels, or, as Super Sly was saying, call them pedophiles, because they're going to sleep with what we would consider underage chicks. Okay, let's get it straight. Let's talk about this, because I had to talk about this like maybe 2 years ago with a female from Canada about this. 18 years old, the age of majority or the age of consent is basically what? Is basically arbitrary. What's underage in America is arbitrary. Okay, so you can marry a girl in Louisiana at 13 years old, but if you travel someplace else like Colombia or Dominican Republic and you have sex with a 15-year-old, all of a sudden you're a pedophile. The federal age of consent is still 12 in America. Now, the states have raised it to 18 so that the girls can actually graduate high school before they're married off or they become mothers. It's an arbitrary statute. Now, do I agree that dudes should be going out banging, 30-year-old guys, 40-year-old guys be going out banging 12-year-old girls or 13-year-old girls? No. But you're trying to put American rules on another country. I'm in Guatemala. I could have married a 14-year-old girl if I wanted to. I could have married one. I could have asked for and gotten a 14-year-old girl, Guatemalan girl, if I wanted to. I didn't, because it's not me. I didn't because I didn't go there to trick. I didn't because I didn't go there looking for a woman. Now, are there dudes out there doing it? Okay, so what? Nobody says anything about the white guys doing it, or the other people coming from all over the world doing the exact same thing. And you don't have any numbers about how many people do it, or whether these group of brothers that you're trying to shame are doing it. So you're trying to paint them with what some other dude is doing. That may not even be American, because basically you don't want them to leave the country to find other women. That's really all it is. You want to make sure that they stay pinned down and have to deal with the American woman in the country, in their culture. So you want to make up rules for them. You want to make up ideologies for them, but you don't have any form for them. In other words, you don't have any rules for them. Okay, if they get married, there's no rules for them. You don't have a society set up to where they can be happily married to the women in their culture and actually raise decent families. You have none of that. Can't even start it. Your women don't even agree to it. Basically, what you want to tell these dudes, you got to stay here and suffer with broads that really don't respect you or like you. So in other words, what all they say is you just got to try harder. You got to double down. You got to go ahead and sacrifice yourself. You got to sacrifice your happiness for the rest of your life just so that you can prove that you're a man, just because so you can prove that you're a black man. Oh, don't dare date a Latina, or don't dare date a white woman, or don't dare date an Asian. So what if you're a nerd and the woman that you're with don't respect you and you get lesser value in your own race than you could someplace else? Where they do that at? Especially in a capitalist country. Because in America, since independence, what was the creed? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. They have the liberty to go where they please. They have the right to be happy. Now you're telling them that they can't be happy. They have to deal with black women that don't make them happy. And nobody says anything to the black woman about making that black man happy. None. They said, oh, you're going to go over and there and they're going to take all your money. Okay. They go over to travel. They have a good time. They think that they fall in love or whatever it is. And the woman takes your money. Okay. So what? So what? She take $3,000-$4,000 from you, or she bilked you out of $3,000-$4,000. That's the experience that you get. You learn. Okay. Nobody says anything, but if that same dude who thinks that he's in love with a black woman, get her pregnant, now he's on the hook for $6,000-$7,000 or maybe $10,000 a year. So he's going to spend almost $200,000 for the next 18 years. And nobody says anything about that. Nobody's trying to change the law or modify that. He's supposed to do that. Okay. He's supposed to get got by the women in his culture. That's fair. But God forbid he get tricked out of $1,500 by some foreign chick. God forbid that he's less of a man because he go trick off his money someplace else. Now he can trick off his money by taking black chicks out on dates, eat up his food, and she go whack off, suck another man's dick after he finishes feeding her. That's all fair. That's all good. He gets blue balls for his $100. Where he go to Brazil for that $100, he can have a whole weekend. Nonstop. Fair is fair, straight up. I'm going to give you the girlfriend experience that your girlfriend didn't get in the States. You just give me $100, and it's going to cost you a tenth of what it would have cost you in the States. On top of that, she looks better. On top of that, she's more cooperative. On top of that, she at least tries to pretend like she respects you. Oh, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Okay. The dude might have to enjoy himself better for his $100. He might be even come back smiling, refreshed, with a different outlook. Oh, what? He's going to come back and say, why should I put up with this garbage? Why should I spend all this money putting up with this garbage with hard-headed women that disrespect you when I can get on a plane for a month and actually enjoy myself so that when I come back, I can come back to the salt mine and think that life is worth living? It doesn't make sense to me. This is not a manhood test. This is not a spitting test. This is not a dick length contest. Who can get the most bitches, most black chicks in fucking America? What are you getting? Really, what are you getting? What are you getting for your effort? To prove to the next dude that you can get a group of chicks that are actually rated near the bottom as far as the dating market. That's your prize. Now I can see if black women were actually forking over money. Okay, I'm out here banging these chicks, and basically they're forking over money, or they're helping me out in my career, or basically they're giving me something for my effort and for my value. They're not. Oh, they're gonna be more loyal. Bullshit. We have the highest divorce rate on the planet. Black American women have the highest divorce rate on the planet. Doesn't sound like loyalty to me. Black women participate in thought culture. And you're holding women like this up as a prize? Thing is, this is America. This is not a monopoly. They take monopolies to court. Black men are not a captured market. They're not a hostage market. Because the first thing you ask black women about, do they belong to black men? The first thing they say is hell no. But you ask it in the opposite, those men belong to them. We black men are not slaves to black women. They are not. They can make choices. In the marketplace of ideas, products, and services, if black women really wanted black men not to go overseas to trick, not to go overseas to look for other women, not to go date different races, they would make the product better. And all I hear from black women is that it's easy to get a black man. Black men aren't worth anything. Any black woman, no matter what she looks like, no matter how bad her attitude is, can get a black man. Black men to black women are worth less than the pennies that people leave to make change with. Virtually worthless. Black men to black women are virtually worthless. So why can't black men go someplace to where their value is what they bring to the table and their value is worth more? It's called capitalism. We live in a capitalist country. You get the best deal for your value that you can get. And trying to punk black men into basically thinking of themselves as valueless or less than because you cannot please a black woman is bullshit. Stop kicking black men in the ass. You got to encourage black women to improve their product. Because I can tell you, I'm looking at the Z's. The Z's ain't listening to you. The millennials are barely listening to you, but the Z's ain't listening to you. The Z's are going to go where they're happy at. I live in California. This might be the beginning of the wave, okay? Half the black dudes, young black guys I know are not with black women. Don't even like them. And do black women improve their product? No, they double down on their bullshit. And they get mad when people don't like the product. Oh, you gonna go someplace else where women treat you better? Where they're more submissive? Where they're more quiet? Where they're more cooperative? Wait a minute. You don't deserve that. First thing I say, you don't deserve all that. You can't make me be cooperative or me be more submissive or reach my standard. So how can you go someplace else where the standards are less and actually be happy? Are you fucking kidding me? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Leave these dudes alone. Let these dudes go and be happy wherever they're going to go. Because I was on a women's panel just yesterday. And I've been consistent, man. The whole 4 years I've been on there, I've been, especially with crystalline charism, especially with the swirlers. And first thing I told the swirlers, the black women that didn't like black men or didn't think black men were up to snuff, I said, please, you know what? I will start a campaign, start a GoFundMe or anything else to help you go someplace else, to help get you out of the community, to help you go someplace where you can be happy, because unhappy people with the situation they have actually bring the whole community down. Either you're going to fix this shit or you're not. Forcing black dudes to come in back to dysfunctional, unrepairable situation is a recipe for disaster, and it's not going to happen. Dudes ain't going to do that shit. I don't care how much you kick them. They're not going to do that shit. How do I know? That's why I became MGTOW. It's dysfunctional. It's not, basically the juice ain't worth the squeeze. They're not coming back until shit gets better. Either you make the shit better So where your customers will come back, or basically, guess what? You're gonna go out of business. There ain't nothing you can do about it. And trying to browbeat men into race loyalty or male loyalty or saying that they're lesser men, that shit ain't gonna work. Browbeating your customers does not work. It doesn't work in business. Anyway, that's all I got. I just want to respond to that, man. But you know what? Stop giving these dudes headspace. Stop giving these niggas headspace. You guys come on arguing with them over stupid shit. It's stupid. It's stupid to argue over shit that you're not going to do anyway. And you ain't going to stop doing it anyway. It's stupid. Dudes are going to flow the way they're going to flow. There's nothing you can do about it. So if somebody disagrees and can't come up with a logical argument to make shit better, stop giving them headspace. Because that's all you're doing. Like Supply, I don't even look at his channel. Because there's nothing on there that I want to watch. He's not saying anything that I'm even remotely interested in, positive or negative, to even look at. So I don't have any reason to be for him or against him. Basically, it's irrelevant to me. When dudes have something that I want to listen to, that I want to hear, or that I either firmly agree with or disagree with, then I might engage. But other than that, the rest of the shit is stupid. So emailing me about some stupid shit like this, about somebody that has nothing to back it up, very little to say, and shit that you're not going to follow anyway, man, why y'all email me about this shit? Because it's stupid. This whole thing is moronic. It's idiotic. Let it be. Anyway, man, I'm going to jump off here. This is BGS out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.